Welcome to Whisper Saga, the realm of captivating tales and tranquil narratives. We're thrilled to have you here, and we invite you to immerse yourself in the enchanting world of whispers. Sit back, relax, and let our stories carry you away. The wind howled through the desolate forest, its mournful wail echoing in the darkness. I found myself alone in the heart of an ancient wood, its tangled branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. The moon cast an eerie, pale glow through the gnarled canopy, painting the world in shades of silver and obsidian. My heart raced, and I could feel the chill of the night seeping into my bones. I had heard tales of this place, stories of those who ventured in and never returned. But curiosity, that insatiable mistress of the mind, had led me into the heart of this haunted wilderness. As I pressed forward, the forest seemed to shift and sigh, as if it held secrets it longed to share. Strange shapes lurked in the shadows, and the whispering leaves seemed to speak in voices I couldn't comprehend. A cold sweat coated my brow, and I knew I should turn back. But the siren call of the unknown held me captive. In the distance, I spotted a dim light, flickering like a distant star in the inky blackness. My steps quickened, each one echoing louder than my racing heartbeat. The light drew me closer, and as I approached, I realized it emanated from an old, decaying cabin. The cabin's door creaked open with a sound like the mournful cry of the wind. Inside, the air was thick with a musty, ancient scent, and the room was illuminated by a single flickering candle. Its wavering flame cast dancing shadows on the peeling, faded wallpaper. My gaze was drawn to a mirror on the wall, its surface tarnished and cracked. In its reflection, I saw a face, but it was not my own. The eyes that stared back at me were dark and hollow, and a sinister grin stretched across the lips. I tried to scream, but the sound caught in my throat. Whispers filled the room, disembodied voices that murmured secrets too terrible to bear. Panic overcame me, and I stumbled backward, fleeing the cabin and the malevolent mirror. The forest had transformed. The once silver moonlight had turned to a sickly green, casting a sinister pallor over the trees. I was no longer alone. Figures moved in the shadows, their forms contorted and grotesque. With each step, the forest seemed to close in around me, and I realized the tales were true. This place was cursed, a living nightmare that hungered for souls. I ran, branches clawing at my skin, but the forest's grip tightened, pulling me deeper into its inescapable grasp. As I ran, the forest seemed to whisper, promising that I would never leave. The trees swayed and reached for me, their branches twisting and contorting like skeletal fingers. Despair washed over me, and I knew that in this cursed wood, I would become one of the lost souls, forever haunting its shadowed depths. My breath came in ragged gasps as I continued to run, each step an agonizing effort to escape the malevolent forest. The sinister whispers grew louder, an indistinct chorus of torment and despair that seemed to emanate from the very trees themselves. I stumbled upon a clearing bathed in the eerie green glow of the moon. In the center stood an ancient, gnarled tree, its trunk twisted and scarred. It seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, drawing me toward it. Desperation coursed through me, and I had to make a choice. With trembling hands, I reached out and placed my palm against the tree. A shock of pain shot through me, and I saw visions of those who had come before, trapped and tormented by the forest. The tree whispered to me, a voice of sorrow and longing. In that moment, I understood the forest's insatiable hunger for souls, but I also saw a way to break the curse. The spirits of the lost souls could be freed, and the forest's grip on me could be severed. With a resolve born of desperation, I closed my eyes and whispered a solemn promise to the tree, vowing to help the lost souls find peace. The tree shuddered, and the forest itself seemed to hold its breath. Suddenly, the moonlight turned a brilliant, calming silver, and the ominous presence that had weighed down the forest dissipated. The figures in the shadows retreated, and the whispering ceased. As I stepped away from the tree, I felt a profound sense of liberation and peace. The forest, once a place of torment, had become a sanctuary for the freed spirits. The gnarled branches no longer reached out menacingly. Instead, they rustled gently in a welcoming breeze. With a heart full of gratitude, I made my way out of the forest, my steps light and free. The world outside, bathed in the light of the true moon, had never seemed more beautiful. As our tale comes to a close, thank you for joining us in the world of Whisper Saga. If you relished the suspense and mysteries we explored together, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our upcoming stories. Your whispers and support are what keep this saga alive. Until next time, may your nights be filled with intriguing whispers and your dreams be laced with wonder.